Hey everybody, it's Casual Boops coming at you with another video, and today we're going to be covering the Even 90, the ELC Even 90 Tier 8 French light tank. It is the best, but also the worst tank in the game, because it's so min-max. It's one of my favorites. It's been in the game for a little while, but honestly, when they released it, it was kind of bleh, because you used to have to you had one equipment loadout, so you couldn't really do the pure scout thing, or else whenever you got Himmelsdorf, you were just screwed. Well, now that you have field mods and you can have two equipment loadouts, that was really a breath of fresh air for light tanks, because now you can commit to a field scouting, a scouting map loadout, but then also if you get Himmelsdorf or Ensk or whatever, you can actually have something that allows you to do some damage, and so it really opened things up, and that really breathed a lot of life into tanks like the Even 90. And it's awesome. I think everybody should have one of these things. If you like scouting, this is your tank. If you don't know how to scout, this will teach you. If you don't like scouting, then maybe you don't want one of these, I guess. But anyways, let's get into it. Okay, so talking about the Even 90, why we'll start with the good stuff. Why is it awesome? Why is it the best tank in the game? Well, first of all, it is freaking itty bitty. If you look at this, it's like the only tank in the game that is actually so small that it's hard to hit. I mean, obviously bigger tanks are easier to hit and smaller tanks are harder to hit. This is probably the only tank that I've seen that is so small that it is hard to hit at a tier that matters, right? Like a lot of the low tier stuff are as small as this, but they don't really count. This is a tier 8, and it's tiny. And so I think historically it was like the size of a Yugo, right? Just itty bitty, and it fit 2 crew members. Now in the game, because of balance reasons, they made it a 3-man crew tank, 3-man crew, which is great. I wish they would have done the same thing for the Manticore, but anyways. So that's really good. It also, like I said, has the same crew layout as almost all other French non-wheeled light tanks. So your 3-man crew is going to work all the way up. Your stationary camo is a big standout. This thing is just so stealthy. Part of the reason it's so good at what it does is because if you don't have to have a lot of investment just by having paint on the tank, brothers in arms, and camo trained, you can have 43% camo rating, which is absurd. You know, I run mine with food. If you saw mine, if you saw in the spinning around portion of things, very easy to get to 45% camo rating, which is excellent, right? So this thing is just stealthy as a mother. Like these things can be a real problem because because it's so small, they fit in every bush. Even tiny little bushes that don't look like they're much of anything that can totally hide an Even 90. So it's really good because of that. It also does have some of the good is also some of the bad, because you have a clip that does 660, right? So you still have the ability to clip out things or finish things off, or it's enough that this does make you dangerous, especially in the late game. Let's see, what else is good? That's I mean, the view range is fine, but those are really the standout things. It's not fast, but it's also, I mean, the tap speed is fine, whatever. That's like the things that stand out. It's very small, the camo is great, the crew layout is acceptable, and it's got a clip, right? What's bad about it? Holy crap, the DPM is so bad. It is so bad. The penetration is not great on the standard rounds. The shell velocity on the standard rounds is, where is it? Shell velocity is 760 on the standard rounds. It's like chucking a football. It's not great. So I shoot a lot of premium out of this thing because at least that gets you up to 950 shell velocity. And like 220 alpha is freaking pathetic. And the gun stats are really, really bad. Like these dispersion factors, the gun feels really, really bad. And that's why I said, like, it's the best worst tank. It is the best because it's one of the best scouts in the game. However, it's one of the worst because the DPM and the clip and the gun handling and the shell velocity and all of that stacks up to make this thing one of the worst damage dealers in the game, which is, I mean, frankly, it's fine, because can you imagine something this small and stealthy also being able to deal damage? Like, holy shit, how broken would that be? And it's still pretty good. Like, you know, 9 degrees of gun depression is great. So there, it is both the best and the worst tank in the game, in my opinion. Well, there is no armor to talk about. Let's see that. As far as field mods and how to set the thing up, this is a little bit debatable. So I picked this one because frankly, it is a little slow off the line. I would love to do 70, but more often than not, what I need to have is I need to get when I'm getting spotted because I'm in a bush and I got spotted, I need to get the F out of there as quick as I possibly can. So I've picked this one, but I won't die on this hill. If someone said, no, you're wrong, it's definitely this is the right answer, I'm not going to argue with you. You're not wrong necessarily. You could convince me either way on this one, but I picked this. I also picked this one. It's always aiming circle size. The reload is always going to be bad. Oh, that's the other thing is the drum reload is like 30 seconds and you do 660, right? So that maths out to this bad DPM. So you're going to miss your first shot probably. And so you shoot 2 times for 440 damage and then you wait 30 seconds to do it again. It's bad. I'm picking this one because I want the reverse speed. Like the HE stuff doesn't really matter. You're going to get penned in an even 90 anyways, so it's whatever. If you're close enough that you're getting rammed, you're fucked already. So this is what I pick. And then again, I picked the firepower slot for the alternate loadout. So the equipment, as I just mentioned with the equipment stuff, there's 2 things, 2 loadouts possible, right? Once you field mod this thing. If you are like me, okay, this is what I do. My loadouts are, because I really, really like this tank, I'm sure you saw, I have purple equipment on mine. And so in the improved slot, I have the CVS. And for most games, I am doing this. Where is it? I have purple optics and purple vents, and the improved slot is a CVS, and I also run optics in the improved slot, and my crew is dank as fuck, and so da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So this is what I'm rolling with. We got 47% camo and 515 meters of view range with a CVS. So I see everything, and nobody sees me. And this is what I would honestly go with. Not everybody wants to have purple stuff. Not everybody, yada, yada, yada. If you don't have a very good crew, I think I'd still do this. I think I would still just do regular this, and then regular this. I guess this is probably what I would do if you don't want to do purple stuff. And people might be saying, oh, why don't you have low noise exhaust? You can totally do that. However, I have found personally that 46% camo rating on the move is enough. I spot everything anyways, right? So like, but if you're not confident, if you want every advantage, every scouting advantage that you can possibly get, then maybe try this one, I guess, and that gets you to like 54% stupid camo. That's not wrong. I find that I don't need this much camo. I'm already not getting spotted wherever I go, unless you do something stupid or they rush you or whatever. So you don't need to do this, I guess. But now if you get a city loadout or a city map, then what I have done in the past, or what I like to do then, is I still have that same purple vents, and I have the purple V-stab, and I think I have a pink improved aiming. It's just all about the gun. It's all about the gun, because the gun is so bad. And so this gets the gun at least into a place where it's usable. And then I think it might even be this. But again, this is for mega tryhards like me. If you don't want to do this, it's just the same thing, except, probably put your improved aiming in the improved slot so it has the most benefit, and your vents in this slot so it's still being bonused. This is how I would do it. And yeah, you're going to use this for like Himmelsdorf and stuff. And even then, you can see you're still almost at max view range, and you still have 47% camo. So this is how I roll with the tank, and I really, really like it. I think everybody should have an even 90. Yeah. So I guess, like I said, armor models, there is no armor. There's nothing to talk about here. You're going to get penned by HE. So stealth is your ammo, is your armor. So without further ado, we'll get into the gameplay. Alright, so we're going to start out watching me playing the even 90, and Schwacht is in platoon with me here, playing in Scorpion G, and we're on Prokhorovka. There's the tier 10s in the game, there's artillery in the game. I'm the only light tank on our team. The LT-432 is the light tank on the enemy team. I'm sure you can imagine where this is going, just already, because this is like the best scout map in the game, and I'm in an even 90, and there's no tier 10 scouts that I have to compete with. So yeah, I mean, this is going to be, we'll just see how it goes, but if you are looking for how to do this, this was a pretty good experience. So notice how I'm pushing up this line, but I'm staying in the bushes, right? You don't want to expose your tank to potentially be spotted, because the enemy LT is right there, and I've got a char right here. As soon as things get spotted, I'm going to pause, because yeah, I do have good view range and good camo, but I don't want to put myself any closer than I have to be. It's all about being patient, right? And it also helps that our Barras decided to run up there like an idiot with his face out. he's getting shot at. So when people shoot, they lose camo rating, and I'm here to spot him. And so that's what's really helping here. And there's a Barask, but I'm not shooting. He's trying to back up, and he's getting tagged. It's nice having a platoon. Oh my god, schwacked. Doing it. Doing it, doing it. It's nice having somebody in a platoon with you when you're doing scout things, because it's really hard to rely on pubbies, other random people in the game, to do the right thing, to pay attention to what you're scouting, to care at all. So having somebody in a platoon, first of all, he knows that I'm going to do my best to scout and not just run around with like a chicken without a head. And oh god, there's a Barask, and I can also depend on him to probably shoot things for me. And you can see I figured he's coming my way fast, and so I needed to fuck off. So I was ready to run off down the line away from him, and luckily he died before I needed to do that. But again, we're going to sit right here and just be patient. I'm offset a little bit so that when somebody runs up their bush line, I will hopefully still be spotting them before they spot me. And we just wait. I haven't shot my gun yet, but it's okay. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We've got 800 scouting. There's a lot of tanks. There's a lot of hit points left in the match. It's just, you just want to be patient, because the last thing you want to do is rush it, and then all of a sudden you get spotted accidentally, and then you die. Luckily, our STB is in the middle. The positions at C1 and H1, you can't shoot those from the 2 line. You have to. The only places they can shoot those are from the middle, right? So our STB is in the perfect position to shoot the C1 spot, and if the enemy tank has somebody in, what is that, E4, that would be the perfect spot to shoot our Progetto 46. So oftentimes you'll see this where somebody will be stalled in this position because they keep spotting someone up there, and then nobody on the 2 line shoots it, and then nobody's in the middle. But you need people in the middle, because otherwise you can't progress. And I'm trying very hard not to knock down trees. I'm trying to stay in the bushes, in the bush line, and you can see this guy died just right in my way. And I accidentally did knock down a bush, but we're gonna have to roll the dice. Gonna have to roll the dice, and I'm backing up. If you saw one of my other videos, you'll see why I do this. Is this way, if you get spotted, you need to fuck off immediately. You can do so much more quickly, by just pressing W, and you're already facing the correct direction. You don't need to like whip a U-turn in front of the entire enemy team. But we spot the char, and we're just gonna wait. Just gonna wait and see. Maybe he's doing the right thing. He's running away before curling back, so it's pretty hard for anybody to hit him. But I'm trying to ping, because if I can. My team can see the pings even if it's outside of their render. So if I ping and they shoot the ping and it hits him, that's possible. No, they didn't. It's hard to do, but that can work on some long, far away shots. And again, we're gonna back our way down this bush line and just be patient, because the bushes here are so thick that it is conceivable that I might find a Manticore not very far away from me. So we're going to do this, and we're going to get to this little bush line, and pay attention. Whoop! We spotted an LT-432, the enemy LT-432, just outside of proxy spotting distance, and that is the benefit of even 90 stealth. That guy, I don't think he misplayed that. It's really hard for an even 90 to get outspotted by anything. So luckily, I managed to spot him just before he spotted me. Otherwise, we would have spotted each other, and that would have been really bad. So I'm going to scoot over to this side so I can also spot the Type 4, and I can also spot the guys that are along the ridge, the AE Phase 1 and that Scorpion G and stuff, and I'm going to keep backing down this hill, down this bush line, and we're just going to keep doing this, because there's lots of stuff to spot, lots of stuff to do, and still racking up spotting. People are still shooting things. There's still plenty of things to shoot, and we got 6,000 spotting and counting, 6,400 spotting, and now I'm going to turn around and, oh god, we found a char. I thought for sure he would have seen me. So we're going to wait and wait and wait until he dies. Okay, perfect. And now... God, there's an arty. But I'm pretty sure that everybody's dead, so I don't want to... Well, he just got tagged again. That's perfect, and we'll finish him off. And I'm going to re-clip, because I anticipate that everybody else in the game is on the other team is sitting on the backside there, so I'm going to have plenty of time to reload my clip before I need to shoot anybody again. And there's plenty of guys up on the hill just waiting for something to shoot, so this is still just perfect. This is just as good as I could possibly get. And I'll skirt this ridge. I'll surf the ridge here to spot everybody, and just see, because this way, if they're poking up and they're ready for me, I'm not stationary. I'm not getting tagged. It was really hard to hit me because I'm very small, and I poked up and surfed, and now I'm back down. And Schwack went up and got tagged once, but that's whatever. At this point, it doesn't really matter. It's 12-4. These guys are still getting tagged. There's a Maushan. I don't think that's my spotting. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to get in because at this point, anybody, like, there's no way we're losing this game, so I might as well just press W. And if I can maybe spot them some more, I can maybe get some more spotting. Trying to just maximize as much as I possibly can. And there everybody is. I'm now proxy spotted, and these guys are target fixated. They're not even looking at me. They just want... They're not even paying attention. This is great. Oh, TVP cares. TVP cares. TVP wants to end my life. And luckily our guys on the hill, they just want to shoot tanks, and I showed them the tanks to shoot. And so there it is. That's a textbook definition of what to do in a light tank on Prokhorovka when you have a team that cares. So there we go. Alright, so at the end of the game we had 2 kills, 500 damage, and then 9,895 spotting. That was a scout badge, I guess, and an ace tanker, which I'm pretty happy with, and that was 1,482 base XP. And you'll notice Schwatt came in second place. He was right behind me in XP, and with 3,300 damage, it pays to shoot the things that your friends spot, right? Because this is, you know, I think that just about everything that he shot was because I spotted it. It's perfect. It's a little yin and yang thing. Love it. We also ended up with 333,000 credits, because as it turns out, it's really cheap to run this tank when you don't have to shoot your gun. I didn't hardly shoot my gun at all. I didn't get damaged hardly at all. It's just, man, there's your tip. Don't pay for ammo, just scout. So anyways, obviously there's some holiday ops stuff in here, and we had boosters going and stuff like that. But the point is, the tank is capable, and if this sounded like fun to you, then go get yourself one. So, alrighty, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. All right, bye.